the wires that are already on the 300XC. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. Where's my headlight? Dang it. Let me just go grab that. So yeah, I'll just hook it up like this. And the other ones here and here. Basically, when you short those two, it'll turn on the light. So this goes to my switch, and then it goes back in the other one, and that turns it on. So that's it. Okay, I'm under the seat right now, and underneath this, hopefully, is the connector that will give me power for my light at the back. Now if there's no connector, or if your bike don't have one, it doesn't really matter. Just use power straight from a battery. I would advise to use a fuse, just in case something happens. Yep, there it is. So this will give me power and ground. The ground will go directly on my, let me show you. This is my little tail light I got off Amazon for really cheap. 3 wires. One is for the ground, one is for the rear light, and the other one's for the brake light. So I'll use the ground directly on there, and the power that comes from the other one, it'll split. One will go directly on my rear light, and the other one will be going to my banjo bolt and then on my brake light. So whenever I brake with my foot, it'll turn on the light. Now what I need is a connector like this. I could cut it and use a different connectors, because I do have plenty of them, but I really want to use the one that's that's on the bike. Okay, so this is my, oops, those are my holes I need to drill. That's dirty. Someone forgot to clean it last year. There it is. The new old fender. I did not expect that. I have 3 wires in the back, one for the ground and one for the running light, the other one for the brake. But the two wires for the lights, like positive sides, they're hooked to the same actual lights. What I mean is that if I'm using this one, the yellow one, for the running light, everything's bright at the back. So afterwards, if I hit the brake, it'll put the same voltage over it, so it's nothing. It's the same 12 volt or whatever is on there. It's not going to do a difference. So what I'm doing, I just put a resistor in series. I mean, you can go and split the voltage, I guess, depending on the light you have. But I just happened to try it with a resistor, and the light was dim. So I'll do this for my running light. That's going to be for the running, going straight to my connector. And the other one that's on the red, right here, is going to be on my brake. So basically, whenever I hit the brake, I'm just going to bypass this, and it should work, hopefully. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's try this. Alright, this should be my running light. It's really dim, but it's there. which is all that matters really. And that would be the brake light. So it does work. Well, not that I had doubts, but still, I'm happy it does. Might want to have everything clean because I don't want any dirt to go in there. I'm gonna remove the old banjo bolt. And I'll put a new one. I want to make sure I replace the washers. That one goes in there. The other one goes underneath the hose. Now doing this, I most likely, actually I'm pretty sure there's air now in the system, so I will need to bleed the brakes. Now to bleed the brake, you want to have a tube with a container, and then you let me just set it up. You put your key in there. You can put it afterwards, but I find it's easier if it stays there. So you put your key there. What you want to do, you want to top the brake fluid. Make sure you use what's required for your bike. What you'll do, you'll push the brake, open up the valve, wait a few seconds, then close it, and then you'll pump the brakes. So I push down the brake, I open it up, wait a second or two, close it, and then I pump my brake. I hold it down, open it, close it, and I'll keep on doing that. See the air? And already I can see the level going down. So you add fluid, you do it again, you push down, open it, wait, close it, pump it, and you do it again. And when there's no more air in the system, you make sure this is snug. The level, just put a required level according to your manual, but just keep in mind that this is meant for a new brake pad set. So if your pads are used, worn, And then you put new brake pads on, and this is filled to the max. Well, they might rub on your brakes, on your discs. Put everything back, and that's it. Brakes are completed. Okay, this would be a simplified and also very inaccurate diagram of the bike. It's just to give you an idea on how the components work. Now on the top you got the power source, which is not the battery. It's only active when the bike's running. Then on top left there are two connectors that I use for my on-off switch. And on bottom left is the headlights connector. That's a square one. On the right side is the connector located under the seat where I hook my my tail lights. Now if you got a regular tail light with 3 wires, one being for the brake and the other one for the running light, that's what you do right there. You put a switch if you want to toggle on off the lights, then the headlights. And then if you look at the right side, I use the same power for my running light, which would be the one on the bottom, and the brake light, which goes through the banjo bolt. You don't have to use a switch for the on-off. You could always short it. You just bypass it and leave it on all the time when the bike's running. Now in my case, it was weird, and it acted like I only had one light at the back with 2 wires. So that's what I did. I used a resistor to lower the voltage going well on the light. That's for my running light. And when I activate my brake with the banjo bolt, it shorts the fuse, so I get more power to the light. That's why I get a dimmer and a brighter light.